Walk-ins are souls who agree to take over the life of a person who can no longer carry forward their intended mission. So how is this allowed, or how is this even possible? If a soul plans out a life where their directive or purpose will affect a lot of other souls who are on a similar path, and they reach a point where they are unable to continue, they can petition to have another soul come through to take their place. This is generally agreed upon for several reasons. First, the soul of the human has chosen a life where if they don't fulfill their role, it would negatively affect too many people, creating a negative domino effect. For example, if someone was going to be a positive, influential figure who would shift the trajectory of a certain paradigm within their scope of expertise, and they didn't succeed, then those that were meant to cross paths with that person to learn or become inspired by them and carry forward their mission would not occur. This cascade of events would shift the timeline at too many junction points. So a walk-in or a soul better equipped to handle the mission would take over as the original person in order to carry forward their work. This way, those other people would remain on course. So what happens to prevent a soul from carrying forward their mission? Well, most people who choose a journey where true change occurs to shift the energy and trajectory of the collective with their contribution or the role they play comes with its own set of challenges. If the challenges throughout their life are too grand, they can turn into traumas, which lead to fragmentation and dissociation. The 3D has a way of sucking people into self-sabotaging behavior, limiting beliefs, which disempowers them. This is often met with addiction and destructive choices that are often exaggerated by key players in their mission. If the soul reaches a point where suicide, accidental death, or simply a loss of control results, their higher self can send an SOS for help. If warranted, a walk-in is granted to see to it that the potential of that human's role is not lost. When a walk-in occurs, they are generally in the same soul network. They come in with a download of all the person's memories. They generally have no recall or knowing that they are a walk-in. Even so, they often come in knowing something is off and they resist the behavior that the previous soul was exhibiting, thus breaking out of the loop. There are many walk-ins that have a conscious knowing that they have taken over the role of someone else's life. If not right away, they can recall the memories over time. I have been seeing more and more of this throughout the years. In fact, I am seeing more walk-ins than I have ever seen before. I believe this is because this timeline at this junction point in our ascension, we have little room for error. So this phenomenon is becoming more regular to ensure the integrity of our divine plan. Reverse walk-ins are different. These souls plan out an important life where they often prefer to skip over the adolescent years because they don't desire to endure the challenges of the earlier human years. They are evolved souls and they don't wish to integrate with the body until the time is right for them to come through a body that has reached the desired level of maturation or intelligence. I see a lot of walk-ins with new earth children, more evolved starseeds who do not have a lot of 3D human experience who are coming through to advance humanity forward with innovative ideas, philosophies, or structure do not want to be children. They want to skip through certain developmental stages. This can be different for everyone. I see reverse walk-ins come through anywhere from the age of 2 years old all the way through teenage years. This means that the main soul who will be the one to carry forward the life mission is present from birth in observation. However, they are not attached to the body. They are part of the experience just from a higher perspective, kind of like a spirit guide. And when the time comes for them to integrate their soul into the body, there is generally an event that occurs. This can be as simple as an anesthetic procedure where the loss of consciousness is brief, such as a tonsillectomy or a dental procedure, or it can occur during a concussion or a minor accident. This can even happen during sleep time, although this seems to be more rare. It seems that the easiest transition takes place during an unconscious state of being, where one soul can exit and the other enters seamlessly. This brings me to the next category, placeholder souls. Placeholder souls are the souls that integrate into the body from birth to the time of the reverse walk-in. These souls range from angelics to earth spirits, to veteran souls who have been humans so many times and have mastered it to some degree, so it is easy for them to be a child. The reverse walk-in and the placeholder soul are in communication the entire time. Most families with children that are reverse walk-ins can generally pinpoint the time where the switch occurred. There are generally signs such as abrupt personality changes, or their desires change, their likes and their dislikes. Sometimes even their body changes, their facial structure changes. The difference between reverse walk-ins and walk-ins is that a reverse walk-in plans this from the beginning, whereas a walk-in does not. When a person comes in to play a certain role due to 3D influence, trauma, abuse, neglect, or severe ties to past life traumas and fragmentation, can cause them to reach a point where the soul gives up and a walk-in takes their place. A placeholder soul is simply a soul that integrates with a human in their earlier years until the reverse walk-in is ready to step in. These are just a few examples of the layers of soul contracts we have and how dynamic our roles can be. Nothing is ever how it seems, and just when you think you have figured it out, a whole new world of possibilities emerge.